From the WKBN 27 First News Network, home of the High School Basketball Starting Five Award and the best overall sports coverage in the Valley. This is the WKBN High School Basketball Game of the Week on MyYTV.
Coming to you live from jam-packed McDonald High School. The spotlight shines on the ITCL. Tonight, it's round two, the Battle of the Blue Devils, as Western Reserve and McDonald face off. Hi again, everybody. Chad Krispinski alongside Will Klusenik, and we're all set for the opening tip. Sit back, relax, and enjoy two of the best teams in the entire area facing off.
Both these teams, Chad, went into overtime last time they played. Getting very familiar with McDonald's style. I think we're in for a real treat tonight.
McDonald with the basketball. Ragazine up at the top of the key to Evan McGill. They work it over to Zach Razil. Razil raises up. It's off the front edge. It won't go, and the rebound comes down to Cody Hillis. But again, that pressure style we've grown so accustomed to seeing from McDonald on display early on.
And you're going to, Chad, you're going to have to get it down the floor quick, and they're going to have to score when that pressure happens.
Off the miss, rebound comes down to Dylan Portalese up ahead of the pack. This is McGill. Just about a minute into the contest, Zach Razil is a three-point bombardier. Here's Portalese for three, up around, and it falls out, and the rebound down to Western Reserve.
Two pretty good looks by McDonald, unable to capitalize on the offensive end, and you can see the first foul of the night by McDonald, and we're going to see some of that pressure all night. And I believe that first foul is going to be on number 21, Ragazine.
Take a look at the starting lineup. Zach Razil, just a freshman, has been lighting things up, playing for his dad. Coach Razil over at McDonald. Western Reserve with the ball. Baseline jumper. Up and good for Cody Hillis. Our first points of the night.
Anytime you can get those shots early, get comfortable, and see the ball go through the hoop, that's going to help a lot.
Braden Poole with the ball. Poole to the line. Poole to the lane. Puts it up. It's off the rim. No good. He cleans it up and sticks it in.
That's a great job by Poole, not being satisfied. Able to get off the ground quick, grab the rebound, put in the RBI to tie it up 2-2.
Here's that pressure from McDonald. It's pressure that forces the turnover. Good defense by Razil, and McDonald will have it in a 2-2 contest.
And that's exactly what that pressure does. It wears you down. It makes you think you can't take any possessions off.
Off the dribble, Ragazine puts it up. It's off the rim. No good. And a Western Reserve foul has been called with 6:13 left to play in the opening quarter. Western Reserve foul called on Cole DeZee.
And that's what you want to see your players do. Attack the rim early. Get yourself to the free throw line. Get some easy shots when you're not guarded. Chad, one of the stats that I looked at as far as these guys shooting the ball, Ragazine shooting 51% from two, 42% from three, and 86% from the free throw line, making him 179% shooter. You get around 180%, you're pretty good.
All five McDonald starters averaging in double figures. They can light it up. Defense leads to offense. Right low block, up no good. But free throws upcoming for McDonald's Joe Ragazine. He's been very active early on in this first quarter. That Western Reserve foul is going to be tagged to Cade Hillis. Now, coming into this one, McDonald has lost just one game in 19 tries. 18-1, 8-0 atop the ITCL standings. And Reserve, on the other hand, is 15-3 as the free throw is good. And the Reserve Blue Devils are 7-1. So what's that mean? An ITCL title goes the way of McDonald with the McDonald victory.
And both these teams not only are fighting for that crown, that ITCL crown, but also fighting for that spot come Sunday for tournament time.
Josh Selly has checked in, and we'll see McDonald go back to the bench. Caleb Emerson is into the lineup.
Again, we've got this pressure, and this is where it's going to come down to. Can Western Reserve handle the pressure? Everyone be an available receiver, break it and then finish it. because it's not just enough to break it. You've got to attack and finish and not do that.
Wyatt Larimer shuffled the shoes. Boy, he's an outstanding quarterback, outstanding pitcher, outstanding infielder for the Blue Devils. And that time, however, an unfortunate situation for him as he's called for the walk. 5-2 in favor of McDonald.
Again, the big key again will be that turnover tracker to see, if McDonald can continue to force those, and you can see Brazil quick trigger, able to get a good look. West Reserve with the rebound.
Brazil can hoist those up, and Brazil coming in. He's shooting 42% from outside the arc. He's averaging 18 points a game. Keep in mind, he's in his first season as a varsity player. Now, Coach Brazil told me, his dad, before the game, that he's closing in on the state record for three-pointers in a season. They'd have to work their way through tournament play, but that's not just at the division that McDonald plays. That's all divisions, all time.
That's pretty amazing for a freshman to have that type of poise. And we talked about, 179% shooter. With all his stats added up, he's averaging 186%.
Jack Capabianca sticks it up and in. And it's a 1-point lead for McDonald as these two slug it out in the first couple of minutes of this opening quarter. Here is Brazil feeding it into the corner. It's Portales. Portales is defended by Larimer. Portales now hands it off to Evan McGill as the Blue Devils look at head coach Jeff Brazil. Over to Portales on the wing. Portales holding on, looking for Brazil. He's defended well. They whip it over to McGill. McGill on the wing. Penetrates left of the lane, fights it up. It's off the back of the rim, no good. Cleaned up by Portales. Up at the top of the key. Three ball in the air. It is short. Portales tracks it down in that corner, and they'll bounce it to Selly. Off the dribble comes Caleb Emerson. Brazil firing. Three ball back of the rim, no good. Pinball basketball, which rolls into the corner. It is picked up by Western Reserve. Capabianca sticks it in.
And that's a great job of just sticking with the ball. Capabianca finishes it. Those are the type of high percentage shots that are going to get the Reserve Blue Devils the lead.
1-point advantage for Western Reserve at 6-5. Ball is in the hands of Selly. Into the corner, it is Emerson. Underhand pitch, Brazil. Into the corner, Emerson for three. He's got it!
Great ball movement. And these McDonald shooters, they're ready. They've got the quick trigger. They've got the confidence anytime that they get the ball in their hand.
Wyatt Larimer races up the floor. Bounce pass, Capabianca. Ball bounces off a couple of players, and the officials discuss. And with that, 3:51 left to play. And with that, we will take a timeout. 8-6 is our score. Back to McDonald. After this, you're watching live coverage of the WKBN High School Basketball Game of the Week.
Are you ready for some savings?
Check out the deals from the returning champions at Taylor Kia Boardman.
Get $5,000 over Kelly Blue Book fair market value for any trade at Taylor Kia of Boardman towards remaining new 2016 Optimas in stock. 2017 Kia Forte S, just $149 per month lease. 2017 Sorento LX, just $219 per month. And Taylor Kia of Boardman knows how to tackle credit problems. If you have a job and bring home $350 per week, we want to approve you. Taylor Kia of Boardman.com.
Life is full of emotions, so let How I Met Your Mother put a smile on your face.
So I'm thinking of texting back a winky smiley face.
Get in touch with your feelings.
When I get sad, I stop being sad and be awesome instead.
Give me multiple high fives.
Money, suits, and sex? My life rocks.
Because Bonnie and the gang know how to get you in the mood.
Based on her texts, she's dirty, dyslexic, and wants to 96 me. Semicolon, end parentheses.
On How I Met Your Mother.
How I Met Your Mother. Weekdays at 5 on MyYTV.
Two of the best student sections out in full force. McDonald and Western Reserve hooked up in a good one as we welcome you back to McDonald High School. 8-6 is our score. Blue Devils with the basketball. Outside the three-point line, it is Poole. They swing it back across to Portales. Up at the top of the key, McGill. Into the hands of Ragazine, who takes it off the dribble. Fights it up. It's off the side of the iron. No good. Capabianca with the rebound. Ahead to Wyatt Larimer, who swings it over to the wing. Off the dribble, nearly a walk. It's up off the back edge by Cade Hillis. Contact, whistle, and a foul.
I like the way that both teams are attacking the rim. They're getting good looks. Cade Hillis just unable to get the ball to drop, but you could see excellent take right there. And you got the foul
on Capabianca, number 1.
But both teams, really doing a nice job of attacking and getting the shots that they want right now.
McDonald basketball. Outside to Ragazine. Wyatt Larimer with a takeaway. He's to the line, he's to the lane. Larimer puts it up short. The rebound down to Evan McGill. Portalese penetrates into the paint, puts it up and in.
Just attacking. Portalese gets to the interior, finishes strong.
Larimer out to Velasquez. Short on the triple try. Braden Poole comes down to the rebound.
And this is the pace that McDonald wants. They get these shooters. They look to attack the rim.
Ragazine misses. Portalese misses. Loose basketball. Ripped down by Cody Hillis. Here comes Wyatt Larimer slicing through. He puts it up and in.
Larimer's been a pretty big spark coming in off the bench right now. And you could see the Devils doing a real nice job. High percentage shots, getting those runouts and trying to keep this game close.
Zach Razil around a screen. It ends up in the hands of Portalese. Here is Evan McGill. McGill off the dribble, finds an opening, puts it up, and will not go. But he draws the contact and the foul. And I believe it's going to be a foul on the floor. It'll be a Western Reserve foul. Number 4 as a team, number 1 on Wyatt Larimer.
And Selly doing a nice job again, attacking the rim. And you can see Coach Del Torrio with the reserve here, really trying to make sure that Razil doesn't get any quality looks, really sticking real close to him, not even looking to try to help, but he still is able to move and try to get the ball to other players.
Poole fights it up, it won't go. Offensive foul, Poole underneath.
The unselfish play by the big fella. Those are the ones that you can really get the momentum turned, and you love to see that with Capabianca picking up the charge.
First foul on Poole, and that is team foul number 3 on McDonald. 4 team fouls on Western Reserve. More of that full court pressure. It is Western Reserve basketball. Riley Miller has checked in, his pocket pick. Ragazine puts it up and in.
And that's what that pressure does. Ragazine with some long arms, great anticipation, able to get the pick and the finish.
4-point lead for Western Reserve. Ahead of the pack to Z. Ball taken away. Evan McGill ahead of the pack. Poole puts it up. Another offensive foul.
Again, I think he was in a position, but we're going to see here coming down. Velasquez able to get near there. Bailing a little bit. Probably could have gone either way. Western Reserve gets the call, though.
I see a couple frowns in the McDonald fan section.
And we see a little push right there. Now call. And this is where you got to have your composure, because there's going to be a lot of clutching, a lot of grabbing, and the emotions are going to be high. And you knew that coming in.
Into the corner to Z for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Right into the feet of Jory Benecki. And now the officials are going to converge, and it's going to stay here with Western Reserve.
And that's a good call. The officials just pointed the wrong way.
Western Reserve basketball. Cade Hillis set to fire it in. It is jam-packed here tonight. Hillis has it into Riley Miller. Back to Hillis for 3. He knocked it down.
Cade Hillis, excellent job of just getting his feet set, being the trigger man. They knew exactly where to look. Makes the 3.
And it is another foul from across the way. It's called on Riley Miller of Western Reserve with 61 seconds left in the opening quarter. Number 1 on Miller. Number 5 on Reserve as a team.
You got 1 minute left in the quarter, 12-11. Just the kind of game we expected here, Chad.
McGill over to Razil. Trying to get an open look at a 3. Portalese tracks it down. Ragazine fires off the rim, no good. And the rebound down to Cody Hillis. This is Cade Hillis trapped to the backcourt. Long lob to Z. DeZ raises up too strong, and the rebound down to Evan McGill. 32 seconds left. McDonald wastes no time at all.
And those are those quick shots that you take. And there's a grab right there with a no call.
DeZ has his pocket picked. Ricochets out to Miller. Miller, baseline take, short. Rebound McGill as we wind it down. 12 seconds and counting. Evan McGill gives to Ragazine for three. May have been partially blocked. Ball ends up in the hands of Hillis. Down the floor, McGill picks it off. Final seconds, McGill for three. Off the glass surround, and it falls off. What a first 8 minutes it was. We head to the second quarter with your score. McDonald 12, Western Reserve 11. We'll bring you back to McDonald after this. You're watching live coverage of the WKBN High School Basketball Game of the Week.
You're watching the High School Basketball Game of the Week on MyYTV. Powered by the WKBN 27 First News Network.
Nightline Embroidery and Screen Print in Girard has been a proud sponsor of the Player of the Game for over 10 years. For all of your personalized school or business apparel, event and business signs and posters, they've got you covered. There's only one place to go, Nightline, West Liberty Street, Girard.
Double Auto Show Bonus Cash is back.
You can save an additional $500 below GM employee pricing on the all-new 17 Cruise.
You can lease a brand new 17 Chevy Cruze for just $68 a month.
Or lease the 17 Malibu, only $129 a month.
Auto Show Bonus is back at Sweeney.
Click SweeneyCars.com or stop by Sweeney Chevrolet Buick GMC
on Market Street in Boardman.
Wake up, baby. Twisted criminals.
Boyfriend or husband.
Bizarre cases.
This was a more frenzied attack. 9 stab wounds around the chest area.
Solving crime never looked this good.
When am I being interrogated by you?
I've heard that line like 4 million times.
When it comes to cleaning up the streets of Boston.
This is who I am. This is what I do. Now get me in there. He did it. And I know where the proof is.
It's Ladies First. Rizzoli and Isles.
Sunday at 11 on MyYTV.
Don't make me shoot you. This is my first date. You could have died.
I almost did.
What about the manual?
Screw the manual. People are gonna die. It's just something you're gonna have to get used to.
15-19, we have shots fired.
You've all been judged. Capable, dedicated, loyal, courageous.
You acted like a cop.
Rookie Blue Weekends.
Sunday at 10 on MyYTV.
Nightline Embroidery and Screen Print in Girard has been a proud sponsor of the Player of the Game for over 10 years. For all of your personalized school or business apparel, event and business signs and posters, they've got you covered. There's only one place to go, Nightline, West Liberty Street, Girard.
All set for the second quarter. It's a one-point game in the Battle of the Blue Devils. Chad Krispinski, Will Klusenik back with you. Western Reserve feeds it down. Low Capobianca puts it up. Good defense in the interior, and the rebound to Evan McGill, who works it over to Ragazine. Ragazine feeds it to McGill at the elbow. Braden pull back in. Here's Ragazine taking it baseline, feeding McGill, who puts it up and draws the foul.
You like to see that type of
Lammer can't stick it in. McGill on cue grabs it, but stepped on that baseline. It's out of bounds. It'll stick with Reserve.
And right now the Devils doing a pretty good job, that is Western Reserve, of getting some good looks on these out of bounds plays. They've got to be able to capitalize. And there's a 5-second call.
Fast 5-second call, and it'll go right back to McDonald. McDonald with a 13-11 lead, 7:33 left to play here in the first half.
sometimes people get confused. It's not when you slap the ball, it's when the official hands it to you. So you got to be ready to move.
Brazil in rhythm for three. He's got it!
And that just shows you if you don't get in his back pocket, Brazil will make you pay. Good on balance, good square shot, comes off the screen and knocks it in.
Came in with 93 triples. Portales puts it up. It will not go. He's all fired up. He'll go to the line for two.
McDonald able to score in bunches. And it's just not one way. They get you with the three, and then next thing you know, you're getting a turnover, you're getting to the free throw line, they're looking to attack, and that's exactly the way that they do it. Portales, excellent job, headed to the line for two.
Portales is known for his hustle. He's an outstanding athlete. As a heck of a football player for Dan Williams. Really gets after it. An effort player, to say the least. Now, this is a McDonald team that Portales is a part of. It's a team that has been ranked in the top 3 in the Division IV poll since the first AP poll was released last month. And they can score. You mentioned it. They've scored 100 or more in 4 games this season. Underneath, Western Reserve will swing it around. Ball taken away by McGill. Ahead of the pack. Poole trying to track it down. Floats it back to Portales. Here's Braden Poole. 3-ball in the air. He's got it!
What you love to see is you reward the guy for hustle. The great play. Excellent save. They find him back in the corner. Poole makes him pay. McDonald up 8.
Cade Hillis spins in the paint and rattles that one up and in.
But don't sleep on Western Reserve. They're ready to attack very quickly. Hillis with the finish.
Ragazine, triple tried, won't go. It's knocked out of bounds off the fingertips of Dylan Portales.
Cody Hillis has really been a factor on the inside, grabbing a lot of rebounds. That time able to box out just enough to get the ball and get Western Reserve on the break here.
Baseline jumper. Cody Hillis off the rim, no good. Larimer fought for it. Ball is knocked out of bounds, and it'll go to McDonald with 6:11 left here in the first half.
And this is where the danger zone is right now. 6:11, second period. You've got McDonald up 6 with McDonald having a possession arrow. They're starting to make a couple shots, starting to get a couple looks. And they've got it. If Western Reserve wants to stay in this, they've got to make sure they don't give any open looks, just like that one.
Emerson for 3. He drilled it.
And here comes that tempo that McDonald likes.
Contact, takeaway. Emerson puts it up off the rim, no good. And we have a whistle. And a timeout has been taken with 5:46 left to play. Here in quarter number 2, it is 22-13 in favor of McDonald. Say every week we will pick the player of the game. It's one player that has made the greatest impact. It is sponsored by Nightline Embroidery and Screen Printing, and will feature the player of the game every Monday night at 11 on WKBN 27 First News. Chad Krasinski, Will Klusnick back with you. And of course, this is a great game, but it's also a great cause. We come together, a young lady by the name of Anna Booth, an 8th grader in the McDonald school system. You see those T-shirts that so many folks here are wearing, Anna's Army. She's in the middle of a courageous battle with cancer, and our thoughts and prayers are certainly with her as she continues to fight. And both communities have come together. Both student sections are wearing camouflage in honor of Anna's Army, and boy, our thoughts and prayers are certainly with her, and I think you'd echo that as well, Will.
Absolutely, and it really puts everything in perspective as we got Hillis on the finish there with the opportunity for the three-point play. But it puts sports, puts life in perspective when you see somebody that young battling such a difficult disease. And like you said, we're definitely thinking about her.
Great take by Cody Hillis, who will try to complete the and one. Cody Hillis, an outstanding football player. Lots of these guys on the floor tonight, dual sport stars. And it's 22-16 with 5:37 left to play here in quarter number 2.
And that's a good possession to stop the bleeding if you're Western Reserve, because right now they have 9 turnovers, and they've got to make sure that they try to limit that as much as they can.
McGill gives to Brazil. Back to McGill. Bounce pass, kickball. So we'll stay right here, but we'll have a stoppage of play for just a second as you look at Jeff Brazil. What a thrill it has to be to coach his son. Not only just to coach him, but to see him have the success in his first year at the varsity level. Speaking of Brazil, he fires for three. Back of the rim, no good. And the rebound to Cody Hillis of Western Reserve. Ahead of the pack, Ryan Dembski. Into the corner, Velasquez. Off the iron, no good. Ball loose, out of bounds. It'll belong to McDonald.
Great sportsmanship by DeZ right there, just trying to pick the guy up. We love to see that in this type of battle. And you could see Brazil on the other end, looking to get the shot up. Western Reserve done a pretty good job of containing him right now. Hasn't got a lot of looks. Has, I believe, 3 points on the night. But he's very, very quick release. Knows how to get the ball and knows how to get his shots off.
McGill over to Poole for McDonald. Braden Poole stops and pops for three. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound down to Reserve. It's DeZ underneath. Velasquez stops, scoops it up, and he walked with the basketball. It'll go back to McDonald. A heck of an effort by Dom Velasquez. But he shuffled the shoes, and it goes back to the folks in white.
And the trail official was right on that. Sometimes you just got to take it up. You can't worry about getting blocked. Had a good opportunity there.
Braden Poole up at the top of the key to Brazil. This is Portales outside the three-point line. Giving to McGill. Here's Brazil. Now back out front. McDonald will slow it down and run some clock. Braden Poole around to the right side. Into the hands of Emerson. McGill. Over to Brazil. Brazil, double clutch, raises up and knocks it down.
And that's what makes him as effective as a freshman. Not only can he shoot the three, he can make the two and get you off the dribble.
Velasquez, skip pass near side, triple try, up and good for DeZ.
And just when you think that McDonald's going to extend this lead, they come back. DeZ with a nice transition three, and we got a foul right there on Western Reserve.
3:44 left to play here in the first half. 24-19 is our score in favor of McDonald. And so it'll be Brazil stepping to the free throw line. And with 3:44 left, we will take timeout. McDonald leading Reserve by 5. We'll bring you back to the home of the Blue Devils after this on the WKBN High School Basketball Game of the Week.
Hi, John Kufleitner from Salem and Columbiana Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram Trucks. We're off to a great start selling 2017 new vehicles in 2017 thanks to you. It's Ram Truck Month. You'll save up to $12,000 depending on the model and the options you choose. And how about these Jeep leases?
Lease a new 2017 Jeep Compass or Patriot 4x4 for only $219 a month. Or choose from our selection of over 50 new Wranglers starting at only $299 a month. Salem and Columbiana Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram Trucks. And please remember, tell a friend.
Well, wait a minute. I think you should have...
Recalculating. There's a fork in the road up ahead. Which way?
Take it. I think we're going to turn back there.
How old is that map?
1956.
That's it! I'm not going another inch until you tell me where we're going.
We're going to normal.
They're always far from normal. 33 WYTV News, Daybreak.
Calculating.
And welcome back to the home of the McDonald Blue Devils. 3 minutes, 44 seconds left to play. In the first half, it is McDonald 24, Western Reserve 19. Zach Brazil at the free throw line. And he puts it up and puts it in. His numbers are absolutely staggering. He's a tremendous free throw shooter at 80%.
And, we talked about that. If you can add up all your numbers and you're a 180% shooter, that's pretty darn good. Well, as a freshman, he's 64% from 2, 42% from 3, 80% from the free throw line, which is 186 That's fantastic.
The sky's the limit for what he's going to be able to accomplish in his high school basketball career. Cody Hillis, second try after he followed it up. No good. McGill with a rebound for McDonald. McGill looked like he shuffled the shoes, and he did. But the travel will give it right back to Western Reserve, trailing it 26-19.
That's a good call. Both officials were on top of that. Little break for the Western Reserve Blue Devils trying to cut into this lead. They've got to make sure that McDonald doesn't have one of those runs to end the quarter, because they've been able to chip away, and they got to make sure that they don't get the trap, get the stick in here.
Hillis, one dribble, whips it back up to Riley Miller. Free throw line, Cade Hillis up at the top of the key. Miller for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebound torn down by Ragazine. Over the time stripe into the forecourt. Ragazine pitches to Brazil. Thought about the three, nearly shuffled the shoes. Top side, Portalees drops in the triple.
They've got so many weapons. McDonald shares the ball very well. And if you're not on one of those shooters, they make you pay, just like Portalees did right there. McDonald up 10.
Larimer takes it baseline. Larimer feeds it to Hillis for three, and he answers right back.
And Hillis not afraid to step in there, make the big shot, gets it back to 7.
Portalees onto the wing, hands it off to Zach Brazil. And we have a whistle away from the ball. And it is a Western Reserve foul that will be tagged to who? With 2:22 left.
I believe that's going to be on Dembski.
Well, it's called on Cody Hillis, his first. So that makes 9 team fouls on Western Reserve. 5 as a team for McDonald.
And you're going to send this guy back to the line where he's pretty efficient.
He drops it in, does Zach Brazil, 30-22. I talked to his dad, Jeff Brazil, McDonald's head coach, this week, and he said, you know what? He's so proud of him, but he said he worked really, really hard, was in the gym day after day after day, getting shots up. That's the way to improve.
You know, it just doesn't happen by accident. If you want to be a great player, you've got to put the time and the effort, and you got to have some talent to go along with it. And it seems like he's got all of the above.
Miller, thinking about the deep three, thinks better of it. This is DeZ, way up top. Over to Hillis. Left wing, 3 ball in the air. It's off the rim, no good for Dembski. Braden Poole comes down to the rebound. Up ahead of the pack, down the floor, and it is Ragazine that is grabbed. I think we're going to tag Riley Miller with the personal as we're inside of 2 minutes left in this second quarter.
And that's the constant pressure, looking down the floor, looking to get the runouts, looking to attack. Ragazine gets the right spot, looks to finish, now has the opportunity for the free throw line.
Picture perfect free throw up and good for Joe Ragazine. And Ragazine, talking about a great free throw shooter, he connects on 86% of his charity tosses. And he gives McDonald a 10-point lead, 32-22. Keep in mind, this is a McDonald squad that has lit up the scoreboard all season long. They are averaging just a hair under 90 points per game. And so Portalees is going to have to run back to the locker room. There may be some blood on his knee, so the officials say hold the phone for just a second. In fact, I think McDonald's going to go to the bench and bring in Josh Selly. So Portalees ran to the locker room. He'll be back in just a second, you would imagine. Whistle. And another 5-second call will give it right back to McDonald.
And again, that's not just all on the trigger, man. Everyone's got to be an available receiver. You got to know where to be. And that's the second one of the night.
Selly takes the feed. Great look, pull, puts it up and in, plus the foul. Nicely done.
You almost need to give the assist to Rizal there a little bit because they were so worried about him. They didn't get the screener, and you could see right there Portalees doing a nice job of finding the screener, and then the finish for Poole. You know, that's exactly how you draw it up. Selly, great unselfishness, finding Poole.
Braden Poole completes the end one. Just like that, it is 36-22 with a $1:49 left here in quarter number 2.
You're going to get another 5-second call here with the ball here. You got to make sure you get it in and get it in quick.
Ball is into Larimer. Now Hillis. Now Dembski. Here's Cody Hillis. Outside Dembski, slicing his way through. Whips it over into the corner. 3-ball up in the air. DeZee can't stick it in. Larimer's try won't go. DeZee with the offensive rebound. Into the corner. Cade Hillis triple try. 3 tries, it won't go. Larimer had it ripped free from his grasp. And here comes McDonald. McGill racing it ahead. McGill into the paint. Pitches it underneath. Ragazine puts it up and in.
Just, when you're trying to protect the arc, they just continue to attack, get the layups. Coach Del Torre is going to need the timeout here, starting to slip away a little bit.
Timeout on the floor. 68 seconds left here in the first half. Just like that, this high-octane offense of McDonald has built a 16-point lead.
Very dangerous. And you can see just their philosophy. They're going to look to take it to the rim, shoot layups. When you give them the opportunity to shoot the threes, they're going to knock down the threes on you. So, again, very multi-dimensional, and that pressure just continues to wear you down. And right now, Western Reserve has 11 turnovers in this first half. And you can see just taking some quick shots on the offensive end, getting some good looks. But a lot of times you've got to get to the free throw line, and you've got to slow some of that momentum down.
1:08 remaining here in the first half. It is 38-22. McDonald leading Western Reserve in the battle of the Blue Devils. Still some time for Reserve to get a little momentum heading into the locker room at the half, but they've got to make some things happen. Larimer fires it in and takes the feed back and will bring it across the time stripe. Larimer gives it to DeZee, who fights it up and in on the baseline take.
And that's exactly what you need. DeZee gets to the rim, gets to the rack, and makes sure they stop that run by McDonald.
Up at the top of the key, it's Evan McGill, the senior leader, looking back at Jeff Brazil. You would imagine the McDonald Blue Devils will run some clock and hold for the final shot here.
Yeah, they're pretty comfortable with where they are. And we're going to see if they're going to try to run a set here, try to get Zach Brazil maybe coming off the screen here with, again, the option if they chase him around, you're going to hit the shape-up guy because he's drawn a lot of attention coming off some of those screens.
We're down to 16, now 15 seconds. Ball in the hands of Dylan Portalese. 7 seconds, now 6. Portalese takes it to the right side. Brazil, triple try, up and good. And the freshman phenom ends the first half with an exclamation point from way deep. What a way to end things here at the end of the first half. Your halftime score, McDonald 41, Western Reserve 24. Our halftime coverage will begin when we come back. You're watching live coverage of the WKBN High School Basketball Game of the Week.
You're watching the High School Basketball Game of the Week on MyYTV. Powered by the WKBN 27 First News Network.
Do you have trouble falling asleep? Do you toss and turn all night or wake up with a sore neck or headache? Then it's time you discovered MyPillow.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Just like you, I had problems sleeping. I tried every pillow out there and nothing worked. 10 years ago, I invented MyPillow. It took me 2 years to develop because I wanted to have everything you would ever want in a pillow. I made sure that you could adjust my patented fill so you could have the exact support you need as an individual regardless of your sleep position. I also wanted a pillow that would last, so I made MyPillow machine washable and dryable. I back MyPillow with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Not only that, I do all my own manufacturing in my home state of Minnesota. Order now to save 30% on a MyPillow Premium. Be sure to use the promo code on your screen. Order a second MyPillow Premium and I'll give you free shipping.
Other pillows go flat, causing you to fold them over or use your arm for support, which can cause pain. Hard foam pillows can raise your head too high, making you very uncomfortable. But the revolutionary MyPillow has patented fill that won't go flat and keeps your neck supported and aligned to your exact individual need. MyPillow helps you get and stay in deep sleep all night long.
Before MyPillow, sleeping was a nightmare. First night I got it, slept like a baby. Just was out, completely out.
I sleep better. I wake up, I feel refreshed, I feel healthy.
MyPillow helps me get a good night's sleep so I can do my job in the morning.
I personally guarantee that MyPillow will be the most comfortable pillow you'll ever own. And I want to thank each and every one of you for your support.
Call or go online now to order a MyPillow Premium, and Mike will give you 30% off. Buy 2 MyPillow Premium pillows and everything ships free. MyPillow comes with an unprecedented 60-day money-back guarantee. Place your order at MyPillow.com or call now to take advantage of 30% savings plus free shipping. Order now.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
And welcome back to McDonald High School, where they're having a halftime ceremony honoring the 8th grade student Anna Booth, who is battling cancer here. And many of the proceeds from tonight's contest will go to the family of Anna Booth, the 8th grader, who again is putting together a very courageous battle with cancer. Hi again, everybody. Chad Krasinski back alongside Will Klusenik, and a very entertaining first half of play. High-octane offense. McDonald, we knew they could score the ball, and they did just that.
You know what? Pretty much what we expected. McDonald's pressure started to wear down Western Reserve. They made the mistakes. You know, Zach Brazil, pretty much as advertised.
Exclamation point. Zach Brazil drilling the triple to end things, and what a way to end it here in quarter number 2. When we come back, we will take a look at some halftime numbers and some halftime highlights. That follows these words. You're watching live coverage of the WKBN High School Basketball Game of the Week.
Where can you find dozens of mouth-watering cookie table treats? At the Tyler History Center in downtown Youngstown on Saturday, February 25th. Cookie Table and Cocktails features music, mingling, appetizers, beverages, and a cookie table extraordinaire, with prizes awarded to the top amateur and professional bakers. Advance tickets required. For reservations, call 330-743-2589. Proceeds will benefit new exhibits and educational programs at the Tyler History Center.
Gatto Cycle Shop is super happy to be a part of the advisory board of the Newcastle School of Trades Motorcycle Power Equipment Technology Program because the school really listens to what we have to say. We are looking for qualified, very highly skilled technicians. And finally, there's a local school that we can get our technicians and our candidates from. I mean, that's awesome.
Newcastle School of Trades, where employers and graduates come together. Visit us at ncstrades.edu or call now.
33 News is looking to celebrate the people
who help make our community a better place to live.
So we want to know what a hero looks like to you. Maybe it's a teacher, an animal lover, or someone who just goes above and beyond. Go to WYTV.com and click on Hometown Heroes under Community to nominate someone that you know.
See a different hometown hero every Wednesday at 6.
Only on 33 WYTV.
Sponsored by Panera Bread.
Sherlock Holmes? There's more to this than meets the eye.
Elementary, Saturday at 9 on MyYTV.
And welcome back to the home of the McDonald Blue Devils, where McDonald exploded late in that second quarter to take a 41-24 lead over the arch-rival Western Reserve Blue Devils. Hi again, everybody. Chad Krasinski back alongside Will Klusenik as we take a look at those first half numbers and plenty of offense to go around.
Plenty of offense, and you can see McDonald getting those quality looks. More importantly, shooting, 46% from the three-point line. But you can see right there, the Western Reserve Blue Devils, 11 turnovers.
And that's a credit to that outstanding McDonald defense that comes at you throughout the entire 4 quarters of a game. We knew the big gun for Western Reserve, well, at least the biggest gun, Cade Hillis, was going to make an impact, and he did just that. He can get it done from the inside, but also pretty good sharpshooter from deep as well.
He had a couple good looks, that he made from the outside, and they're going to need a lot more of that in this second half. And you can see the numbers are pretty close, but those 7 steals that are creating those turnovers, and you mentioned it early on, Chad, when you've got 5 players in double digits, it's difficult to defend, especially you got guys that can shoot it from long range.
Pretty much pick your poison. Speaking of guys that can shoot from long range, freshman phenom Zach Brazil. Take a look at where this one will go up from. On the M, no less in the middle of the floor, and it doesn't get much better than that. What a way to end things in the first half of play as we take a look at our leading scorers. Brazil in double figures with a dozen. Cade Hillis not far behind with 8 points for Western Reserve, and it all adds up to a 41-24 lead. McDonald leading Western Reserve. When we come back, we'll have the third quarter. That comes your way next. You're watching live coverage of the WKBN High School Basketball Game of the Week.